You can start in a plank, lift the hips up to the sky, pressing the arms overhead as you reach with your one arm to the opposite foot, pressing through the shoulders and stretching out the hamstrings and working that upper back as you do the one arm balance. For all of your dynamic stretches, make sure your core is nice and tight and be gentle with your body. You don't want to overstretch anything just yet. It's more about lengthening and shortening the muscles to get them primed and ready for work. For if it's an event or a training session, you don't want to overdo it before you've actually got to the work of the day. Up on your feet, you're going to do an easy jog and then pedal backwards, making sure you're ready to go forwards and backwards in your training session. Keep it nice and slow. You can add a squat with a ground touch at the end before you back pedal. And if you want to do it before you go forwards again, you can do that too. Keeping the legs as straight as you're feeling comfortable, lift the toes up to the sky, flexing the foot and reach with the opposite hand to touch those toes. Interlacing the fingers, grab the front of the knee, lift the knee to the chest and lifting the heel off the ground into a calf raise. Tummy is nice and tight so you're not just leaning back, actively pull with those arms. Grabbing the ankle, pulling the knee out to the side, you're going to pull the foot as high as you can and then pop an extra calf raise in there to work into the ankle stabilizers and into the calf muscles. Pulling the ankle up behind you, stretching into the front of the quads, lifting up onto your toes. You want to make sure that the knees are together and you can grab with both hands or just with one hand, whichever one helps you balance the best. For some more balance, you're going to place the weight onto the one foot through the heel, hinging at the hips, pivoting to parallel to the ground, arms are stretched out, or if you want, you can have your hands on your hips if that's more comfortable, if you feel like you're taking strain through the neck or through the back, and then just dropping the chest forward, lifting the heel up behind you. Try keep the lifting foot toes pointing towards the floor. This helps to keep the hips nice and closed so you're not winding out of the hips sideways or collapsing and also affecting the balance. From your plank position, take the foot step up to the outside of the hand and then lift the hand off the ground, dropping the elbow to the inner ankle or inner arch of the foot. Try and get the foot as high up as you can, and you want to get the sole of the foot flat on the ground. If you can't get it all the way up, that's totally fine, but do your best to work into those hip flexors and into the glutes by reaching that foot as high as you can get it. If you feel like your shoulders are struggling with this one, it doesn't have to be too dynamic. You can just pop the foot up as high as you can and try and drop the body as close towards the floor as you can get it, pulsing for a bit if you want to.